Begins. Very importantly, this is the emergency transmission. As I promised, I would have all the information pertaining to the Brussels terrorist attack. We have a Brussels airport bombing, which very tragically killed 26 innocent. We have a Brussels metro subway bombing, which killed 13 innocent people. Uh, Before I begin the transmission, I'd like to offer my condolences to all the deceased and hurt to today's terrorist attack. Today's terrorist attack was claimed in full by ISIS. So there we have a party taking part and responsibility. Very importantly, though, I mean, such a disgusting and reprehensible act is now a political football where we have the candidates and weighing in on what they would have done, should have done, could have done, and what the other guy wouldn't have done, shouldn't have done, and could have done. Very importantly, I'll stay to the Republican GOP side, the front runner, Donald Trump. Trump is using this as a springboard for his agenda about the borders, closed borders now. And of course, in his discourse, he was always right from the beginning. They should have closed the borders. Brussels was a hellhole to live in for a very long time. So it's, Trump was right, like he always is. So he says. And, it's unfortunate that we use a massacre as a political football. And it's not just Trump, it's Hillary as well. I think the only decent comment came from Bernie. But what I'm saying now is that you've got a G8 summit country involved in a terrorist attack. We always have to look at a false flag possibility. This could be to garner support for globalization. I had no idea that Donald Trump called for the United States removal from NATO, and that today the headquarters of NATO, which is located in Brussels, was attacked. So, coincidence, except there is none. And what we've got to be looking for here is that there's a myriad of people there at the airport. They said it was actually 3 suicide bombers from Radical Islam, and they want to, I guess, close the borders as an answer, or Donald Trump wants to close the borders as an answer. And what he's laying out, because I've defended Donald Trump vigorously for months, that he's not a racist. Today he said some very racist shit. I mean, just really went off the handle. We got to close the borders now. You see these terrorists. And what he said, very interesting. And it disappoints me wholeheartedly because I've supported this guy and I've had to issue apologies out because I'm a very serious pundit, is that they're not coming from any other part of the world except the Middle East or Northern Africa, because that technically is what the Middle East is. And he poignantly pointed out that, hey, it's only them. It's not the Sweden. I was riding with him. It's not the Irish. It's not these. Then he parted his lips and said, it's not the Jews. Donald, while speaking at an APEC summit, said this. You're falling right into that political circle. I only backed you because you were anti-Washington. Now let me talk to you. You're doing this at the behest of the establishment. We can tell. And that's very unfortunate. We're in real trouble, I believe, if I guess maybe I'm the last person to get it. But when I'm wrong, and I'm willing to admit that. It is them. It is your banksters. It is your globalist, and they include a plethora of Jews. Period. So, unfortunately, Donald Trump made that statement, and you know that may have changed my mindset regarding the election. I'm a free thinking person, and as information comes in, free flowing, I'll give it to you. And I'm at liberty to change my mind on things. I don't think that we are. I don't think that we are in a position to have a real legitimate candidate this election cycle. And better for me, because the anarchy will begin. So, just to wrap things up, ISIS claims responsibility for the more than 40 deaths, hundreds of injuries, and what that turns into here in America translates to is a political football being passed around and makes Obama seem weak on his immigration policy towards Syria. And we have Donald J. now just being as racist as he can be. This is Manhattan B. I'm transmitting to the Anarchy Begins from the Borough 1.